Hey, what's up? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and welcome to my channel. I'm here to provide you the best crypto content you can find in 10 minutes. All right, we're starting off with the Ethereum chart today. After that huge breakout yesterday, Ethereum has decided to rest for a bit. You can see here's our breakout candle, massive wick to the upside, big volume coming in here for that. And you can see that after that point, sellers stepped in and forced it all the way back down again, and now it's starting to chop sideways. So I've put in the new resistance point here at about 1386 or so. Normally I'd put it at the top of that range. However, it seems like this is breaking above this point is unsustainable at this moment. So this also coincides with previous resistance that we found back over here in the 13th of June. We can see that that resistance line has been already established. Now, Ethereum needs to push above this level in order to continue this bullish run. You can see that we have a series of higher lows here and a decent amount of volume coming in on the hourly. If we check the daily, we can see that the volume coming in needs to be higher. We had our first red volume day today. We'll see if that continues. And so what I'm going to be watching out for right now is whether or not this breakout is a fake out or not. Because if we come in tomorrow and we have a negative, or we have futures tonight and we have a negative stock market day, negative NASDAQ day, then this will probably wind up looking like a fake out. ETH will pull down, it'll probably chop sideways for a bit, or it'll make big downward red candles. However, if the market opens up and it's green, ETH could definitely push through this resistance point, and then after that, there's not a lot of resistance until you hit the $1,700 level. So it'd be very bullish for ETH to break out at this point and then immediately retest the $1,700 support line previously, and now is a resistance line. So that's what I'm gonna be looking out for. If we take a look at RSI here, bring up RSI, and we look at RSI, the daily RSI, we're at 58, still very still a little bit on the overbought side. However, it's more in the middle of this range. RSI is still the highest point it's been in months, however, so it's definitely more overbought right now than it's been in months. So when we look at the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin is still following this narrowing price right here. You can see it's bouncing, and then it gets to this red candle here, which is today's daily candle, which has been primarily red, and sellers have been stepping in about 21,600. I expect to see that we might actually wind up retesting the support levels at 22,000. Or the resistance at 22,000, and if that happens, then a breakout at this point would be incredibly bullish. But Bitcoin has not been as bullish as Ethereum has, so any sort of drag down in the Bitcoin price will probably drag down Ethereum as well. I'll be watching tonight to see what the futures, the NASDAQ futures and S&P 500 futures are looking like, and I will post updates on my Twitter account. So if you are interested in seeing that information, please follow me on Twitter. Greatly appreciate that. And next, let's check Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance has been very close to this trend line that I talked about. We'll see if it winds up holding as support. That's about 42.5. Not huge surprise considering the fact that Ethereum has been on such a big run lately, and Bitcoin's dominance has decreased very strongly. However, we have support at 41.5%. I expect that support level to hold, and I would expect that it will continue this trend line, because the macroeconomic picture right now for Bitcoin and crypto still isn't very strong. I'm not willing yet to call a trend reversal. However, I am still dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and Ethereum currently. I would expect that with Bitcoin is going to keep chopping sideways in this path here, and eventually in this sideways wedge here, and it will eventually pop to the upside or pop to the downside and break down. So I'm still waiting to see that major move to the upside or downside. So until that happens, I'm unwilling to be too bullish or too bearish. And right now, I think that we're going to probably be sideways for a little bit. All right, so let's get to our cryptocurrency news. First off, we have $248 million in stablecoins flowing out of Coinbase as the community refutes exchange liquidity issues. Okay, yesterday I talked about how Coinbase has been discontinuing their affiliate program. Well, people have been thinking in themselves that Coinbase is going to have liquidity problems, and I don't agree necessarily that it will, but it seems like the community disagrees at that point, and you had $248 million in stablecoins flow out of Coinbase. Now, this also could be the simple fact that just like a lot of exchanges, people are taking their money off the exchanges, which they should be doing. Always want to make sure you take your money off the exchanges. Take your coins off the exchanges in case something happens, and put them in a hardware wallet or a software wallet. Well, we can see here they brought up CryptoQuant, and they have 50% of stablecoins on Coinbase Pro left the exchange. So some people are getting out of Coinbase. They're sending that money to their wallets, and they're probably going to put that money on the sidelines, waiting for crypto to finally bottom out, to buy in near the bottom. So not a huge surprise for me. I don't think Coinbase is in any potential liquidity issues. They do have a significant amount of money on their balance sheet as part of the cash reserves. It's about $6 billion or so. So I'm not too concerned about Bitcoin going belly up like a lot of these other exchanges, like a Voyager Digital, for instance. Next, we have the more Coinbase news. So Coinbase is adding 2 Ethereum-based altcoins and 1 project built onto Solana to the listing roadmap. So they're going to be listing these 2 altcoins and the project here. So the altcoins they're going to be listing here is going to be the Genosis or Gnosis, GNO. And they're going to be listing Ethereum-based Metal, MTL. All right, so they're going to be listing those 2. And then there's also the project that there's going to be on the listing roadmap called Radium. All right, so Radium is on the Solana network, and I expect that this is going to be incredibly bullish for the project and for both of the Ethereum tokens that are going to be listed on here. And you can see that it caused a rally. Ray was up 10%, and Metal was up 4%, and then GNO was up 9%. So it's good to see exchanges listing new coins. I'm always a big fan of that in order to give the users as much choice as possible. Next, we have the Cardano founder, Charles Hoskinson, has addressed Michael Saylor's assertion that ADA was a security. So there was an interview that Michael Saylor originally came out with, and he said, as he usually does, he comes out and he's a Bitcoin maximalist. So he says that all the other cryptocurrencies are securities, and Michael Saylor comes back and says, no, it's not. And in fact, ADA is a commodity as opposed to a security. He says nobody controls ADA. It's decentralized far more than Bitcoin. It has more use and utility. People buy the token not to speculate, which is the only thing they can do with Bitcoin. They buy the token to use it for real stuff, medical records, and whatever else they're doing because it has real life utility. So he's saying that it's not a security. Okay, he's pushing back against Michael Saylor, and if you've been following Michael Saylor, it's not a big surprise that he's going around and he's very pro Bitcoin. So naturally, he doesn't like any of the altcoins. He doesn't like any altcoins whatsoever. And Hoskinson also said that he has a financial incentive to keep the price of Bitcoin up. Which, I mean, I would also argue that Charles Hoskinson also has a financial incentive to keep up the price of Cardano. So, they're, in my opinion, they're both great cryptocurrencies or securities or commodities, whatever you want to list them as. And there's plenty of room and space for both Cardano and for Bitcoin because they fulfill different use cases. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that, and let me know what I can do better. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, signing out.